Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Gabriel. In this video, we shall be continuing on turtle graphics that we started earlier. So I named this part 2. So we'll be looking at subroutines. Subroutines from the word routine. We'll look at the meaning of subroutine in this video. So stay with me and enjoy it. Our learning objectives are: we define subroutines, we create subroutines in Microsoft's SW logo. So let's go. Subroutines, it is a set of instructions that can be called upon when needed. When you program your computer, if you have a block of code that can be used repeatedly, instead of you having to write the code again and again, you can save it as a subroutine, and each time you want to perform the same task, you just call the subroutine. And that is one benefit of using subroutines in a program. So another thing you can say about subroutine is that it is a set of instructions designed to perform a frequently used operation within a program. So in a program code, you could have up to 2, 3, 4 or more subroutines. That makes your work easier and simpler, instead of you having to rewrite the code each time you want to do something similar to that operation you did earlier. Also, subroutines are called procedures. In high-level programming languages, we call subroutines procedures. Okay, then the subroutine format in Microsoft logo is what you have on the screen. We have edit and to. Then the edit is talking about you put in inverted comma, you see the name of the procedure, that is the name you want to name that subroutine, the name you want to call it, so that you will be able to call it again and again whenever you want to use it. Then to, the name of the procedure, colon, parameter 1, depending on the number of parameters you use in that code. So if you have multiple parameters, it's going to be parameter 1 space colon parameter 2 space colon parameter 3 space colon parameter 4 to parameter n. So you notice that each of the parameters starts with colon. Please take note of that, and that's why you have the colon parameter like that. Then thereafter, after you have edited the to, then you put in the commands that you want to use. Notice that if you, in the command, if you want to reference any of the parameters you have set earlier, the parameter will start with colon as used with the parameters. You can see that in this angle bracket, and thereafter you go to the end section of the subroutine. Then after you have saved the subroutine, you go to save and exit. After you have saved it, the next thing to do is to use the name of the procedure. Don't forget, subroutines otherwise called procedure. Use the name of the procedure or the name of the subroutine and the parameters to execute the block of code. So that's very simple. I'm going to show you an example here. So for example, if I have a subroutine that I want to call a day, so one way by which I can do it is that I'll click on edit, then I name it a day within the inverted commas. You see it, I call it a day, for example. So I have to a day space colon L because I want to make use of length, and then space colon N because I want to make use of number of sides. So let's say the number of sides is a variable, and the length is a variable, so we call them parameters. So if I want to use it, normally if I want to create any polygon, for example, I will start with, and I want to use the repeat command. I'll start with repeat the number of sides, then I open the angle bracket, forward the number of steps it will take, that is length, then right turn, maybe 90 degrees. So then I'm going to have that for a square or rectangle as the case may be. But in this case, because I want to use it within a subroutine command, so I have to, I'm calling the subroutine or the procedure a day. So in your case, you want to call it polygon. In your case, you want to call it shape. In your case, you want, whatever you want to call it, just name it appropriately. Then you put the parameters, and each of the parameters will start with a colon. That is correct. Then you come to the command you want to put, and this is my command. If I want to explain this command, very simple. For example, I want to repeat for number of times that will be specified in the parameter, and that's why I have colon n here. Then I want forward, I want the turtle to make forward steps in how many steps. That is what this n represents, colon L. And then if I want it to turn to the right or to the left, as the case may be, in how many degrees, what's the angle. So that's what I'm representing as 360 divided by number of sides I want it to be, and that is good. Then I come here with end. So after I'm done, I go to file, I go to save and exit. Then I'll go back to my commander box, then I type in the commands. For example, I'll call the subroutine Ade in my case, then I put 300 space 4. This 300 represents what? It represents the length, that is number of steps I want the turtle to take, whereas this 4 represents the number of sides I want it to take, which is 4. So in this case now, if this is 360 divided by 4, that means I'm going to have 90. So the angle is going to turn will be 90, and the length will be what? 300. So that means the distance or the sides will be 300, and the angle is going to turn will be 90. And since n represents 4, that means this is going to be 4. Okay, that is that. So let's go to the next slide. Now, for example, if you want to have if you have these shapes on the screen, now what you need to do is you need to know the number of sides it has. For example, this is a pentagon. Why? Because it has 5 sides. Now you see side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, side 5, pentagon, and then the length is 75. Now if I want to draw this using a logo, then I will need to know the exterior angle, and that's why I circle this. The exterior angle is very simple to get. Now how would I do it? I'm going to make 360 divided by n, that's the number of sides, and this is 5. So 360 divided by 5 is going to give me 72, and that's how I got this 72. Then I'll just use the subroutine I had done earlier. I'll just change the variables, then I get it right. Okay, good. Then for this, so the number of sides will change to, instead of 4 the other time, we're going to change to 5, and then the length, instead of 300, is going to change to 75, and I'm going to have this shape drawn. And for example, like this now, since we have 6 sides, that's side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 360 divided by 6 is going to give me 60. So that's how I got this angle to be angle 60, and the length remains 75 in this case. And by the time I supply it into the subroutine I created earlier, I'm going to get it drawn in no time. So you use the examples I've made to carry out the following polygons, starting from triangle. Triangle is 3 sides, and quadrilateral is 4 side or tetragon. The pentagon is 5 side, like I said the other time, 5 side. Hexagon 6, heptagon 7, or septagon. You can call it heptagon or septagon. Then 8 side is octagon. Then 9 is nonagon or enneagon. Okay, good. Then 10 is decagon, pardon, decagon. Then 11 is endecagon, that is on decagon. This is un for 1, and decagon is 10, 10 plus 1, then you have 11, and so on and so forth. So you can just pause the video and get this done. Now demonstration time. Let us demonstrate what we've learned so far. Okay, good. This is what you have done so far. We have talked about subroutine, which is otherwise called a procedure, how we can use the subroutine format, which is to the name of the subroutine, then you specify the command, and thereafter you go to end, and you save and exit the subroutine window. Then you go back to your commander box, and you type in the name of the subroutine. So that's very simple. So if there's any problematic areas you can identify, send it to the comments. I will really attend to that. So thank you for that. So Now look at this shape on the screen. Look at this shape on the screen. You'll realize that this shape, if you look at it without seeing the code, you feel that, oh, this will be so strenuous for you to draw. But I tell you, if you use subroutine, it will be easier. Because if you look at this shape very well, you will see that we have different kind of shapes combined together. The first shape here is a triangle. A triangle, you can see, and thereafter we have a square. So that means we have triangle, we have a square, and then we have that is 4 sides. Then we have 5 sides shape, we have 6 side shape, 7 side shape, 8 side shape, and 9 side shape, and 10 side shape. And if you look at it, that's exactly what you have here. Okay, good. So the distance is actually what we have here. We have it to be 9, 10, 6, and it is called. So you're going to carry it out yourself. You're going to carry it out yourself. So that is very simple. So and we get it done. So that means the distance is the number of steps is 100, and n represent number of sides. So we'll get it done. Let's see that on next screen. So now you use that same knowledge to create subroutine for squares, rectangles, also to change line colors. You know, I already explained that in previous video or previous lessons, how to change line colors and to draw polygons, different kind of polygons.
So I have defined two variables. decided, let me write 100.
All right, that is how to create procedures or subroutines. Very simple. You can try it out with the questions that I've shown you. So you can use that to do this. The only thing that is different in this question, in this shape you are seeing on the screen, that if you draw the first one, the all of these, using the same subroutine created, what you just change is, instead of you doing right turn, just turn to left to be able to repeat the same thing number of times, and this will be created for you. So it's very simple. It's actually very simple. So just try it out and get back to me. Let me know if you have any issues. So we can go to subroutines in subroutine. That is creating a subroutine inside a subroutine. So this is actually possible. So that makes it easier for you to create big and seemingly difficult shapes. For example, to draw a house, you could divide it into the following subroutines. You could create a subroutine for walls, a subroutine for roof, a subroutine for windows, a subroutine for door, a subroutine for chimney. Each of the above name could be used as the name of a subroutine to draw part of the house. So what you just do is just call each of the parts, and before you know it, the full house will be formed just within a twinkle of an eye. So that is very simple. Try this out too and get back to me. So the subroutines will be structured like this to walls. That means you are defining walls. So this will be for walls. After that, after the subroutines to draw all the parts of the house have been created, a main subroutine could then be written like this: to house, walls, roof, windows, door, chimney, end. That is, you create a subroutine called house, and inside that house you put walls for walls to be created, roof to be created, windows to be created, door to be created, chimney to be created, then you end. So all this will be brought together and you have a full house. Don't forget, you first of all need to create the subroutines one after the other and save it. And after you have saved it, then you can call it. So this is how to call it and you have a full house. So let's take this as a continuous assessment task. Use Microsoft Windows logo to draw the following shapes. So draw this. This is a collection of circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles. So how can you draw 7 circles and passing through the center here? Also, you have a rectangle. Should I call it a rectangle or double squares? Now you draw it in such a way that it will be like this. Then you have this pentagon too. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentagon. Then you also have this is a triangle. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then just do this and let me see. You'll get back to me and I will give you hints. Yes. So that's very simple. So now that we understand how to create subroutines, I think what's left for us now is just to try so many questions. The more questions you are able to solve, the better you become. So please take note of that. So you can still go through all these commands. I've given these commands earlier. So forward or FD. So this is the shortening form for forward, and for backward, sorry, for back, there's nothing like backward, sorry, back, you use BK. Please take note of that. Then for right, to turn to the right or rotate to the right, you have RT, and to rotate to the left, you use LT. Pen up, that is moving the pen up so that when the turtle makes movement, nothing will be drawn. So that one is shortened as a PU, and pen down is PD. Clear screen is CS and clear text is CT. Then to draw a circle, just use the keyword circle, and to repeat a command, just use repeat. That's the syntax of repeat space n, where n is the number of times it will repeat. Then you put the command within two angle brackets. So that's very important. So at this stage, you might want to spend some time experimenting with the basic commands and drawing some shapes. So just try it and let's see. So for example, look at this: forward 100, right 90, forward 100, right 90, forward 100, right 90, forward 100. So this one you could use repeat because you have a pair that is repeated. One, this a pair that is repeating, a pair repeating like 4 times. So you could use repeat for that. So and that is, if you use repeat, this one you're going to get repeat 4 times, and you have FD, that is forward 100, right turn 90. Okay, good. That will give you a square, so you could call it a square for your subroutine. So that's very simple. Okay, at this junction, let me leave you for to practice more. Use your own dimensions to draw the following. A dimension was not given in the question, so circle inscribed in a square, square inscribed in a circle, pentadecagon, that's 15 side, double circles inscribed in one rectangle, icosagon, triangle inscribed in a square, and so on and so on. Just try it out and let me know. Okay, so class starts. Use your creativity to create subroutines for the following shapes: rectangles, circles, trapeziums, right angle triangles, regular polygons. Test each of your subroutines with different values and take their screenshots into Word document. And that's what you're submitting as your practical printout. It's very important. You do this, you screenshot it on the Microsoft logo window, then you paste it in a Microsoft Word document, and then you print it out from the printer and you submit it. Okay, thank you. So if you have any questions, just send it to me via comments, and like this video and subscribe to the channel, and share with other students that are interested in this. Thank you.